All right, welcome back. Today I'd like to talk a bit about something that I touched on previously, but really need to get into a bit more because it is quite important. And that is, with great power comes great responsibility. So, let's get into it. All right, so I know that it's a cliche saying, often associated with Spider-Man, something that his uncle told Peter Parker before he died. Nonetheless, it still holds true. Because as a magical practitioner, as a magician, you have more responsibility than the average person, because you have more power than the average person. Now, I'm not talking about it in the sense that you need to be a do-gooder and go around saving people like a superhero, since this saying is associated with the superhero. What I'm really talking about is you have a greater responsibility to guard the gates of your mind, to guard your tongue, and to make sure that things don't magically backlash, go awry, or have any other unintended consequences. Because let me tell you, 95% of the time that things go wrong for me, it's either something slipped past my conscious filter, I either said or thought something that I shouldn't be thinking or saying, or I wasn't clear enough in my intention, which can cause a subconscious sabotage, as we had previously discussed. So let me give you an example of what I mean. Recently here in the Midwest, we have gotten a lot of snow. And one storm we had gotten almost an entire foot of it. There was so much snow that I had jokingly said that I hope I don't break the shovel. Well, I didn't. And I was able to shovel the entire driveway and even part of the street to clear out around the mailbox. However, the next day, when I cleared off all the snow off of my truck and then cleared that off of the driveway, which was a far less amount than clearing the entire driveway before, the shovel then broke after I had forgotten about it. And this was a sturdy shovel. This has lasted over a decade without any problem. Yet the moment after I say something, it then breaks. And you can say, well, that's just coincidence, but you're going to find that after you've been practicing magic for so long, that you may develop the uncanny ability to speak things into existence, for better or for worse, which is why you also need to develop the ability to hold your tongue. And I cover a lot of this in the Words of Power program when I go over the self-imposed jinx. This kind of thing happens more commonly than you may think, at least it does to me. I have to very much watch what I say, but occasionally the tongue still slips, and then this is the kind of thing that happens. Even my girlfriend, who's not a magical practitioner and has no interest in it, she may not know a whole lot, but she knows this. It's happened enough times over the years that if she hears me speaking negatively, she's telling me to shut the hell up before I do any real damage. With great power comes great responsibility. The same goes for guarding the gates of your mind. You really have to watch what you're putting into it and strive to be more consciously aware. Even so, things from time to time will slip by. Now, I post on social media. I even follow some people on social media. But very seldom am I just scrolling through feeds looking for whatever, as I know that many people are prone to do. Because when you're scrolling through feeds like that, all the things that uninitiated people who don't know anything about the subconscious mind or this stuff, which is mostly garbage, everything that they post that you scroll past goes straight into your subconscious mind. The subconscious sees all. You may not consciously see what you're scrolling past, but the subconscious does, and there's no telling what that's going to manifest. Probably something that you don't want. So one of the big ways that you can guard the gates of your mind in this day and age is stop scrolling through the general feed. Follow a select number of people who you trust are not going to bombard you with a bunch of negative garbage. TV works the same way. It's how commercials actually really work. You may see a food commercial which consciously watching it makes you really hungry. They can work that way. But they really get you when you leave the TV on in the background and you're not paying attention to it. And it all goes into your subconscious. Again, with great power comes great responsibility, but much of that responsibility is just personal responsibility. As magicians and magical practitioners, we have the ability to make sweeping changes in our reality, many times effortlessly. So we have the responsibility to make sure that those changes are something that we actually intended. As I've said from the beginning, everyone's doing magic whether they know it or not. The fact that you are one of the few who do know it means that you have far more personal responsibility than someone who doesn't. Even so, you're not always going to be batting 1,000. The tongue is going to slip, things are going to slip past your conscious filter, and stuff is going to happen. But when it does, do your best to learn from it. Recognize those patterns and coincidences and make changes accordingly. Learning this now is extremely important, because if you don't, the more adept you become at magic, the more likely your own worst enemy will be yourself. I'm Frater Xavier, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like or share it if you did so that someone else may benefit from it. Follow me over at Twitter at Frater Xavier, and consider joining us over at Patreon or Subscribestar, where we've started a whole brand new series. And I hope to see you there. Take care.